Here now with Olivia Engler after the win for Atlantic, and really solid night in the circle for you tonight. How were you feeling good out there?
Yeah, I really was. It's helpful having a couple days off so I can rest. Yeah.
And now that you'll get just a short rest this time and playing either the winner of Shenandoah and Red Oak, how excited are you to advance in the postseason, and then what are some of those challenges?
After last year, I know not to take any game for granted, and I really need to just make sure that I'm doing my best every game and that everyone else is doing their best every game. And I'm just really ready to, build off of what we did last year is what I'm ready to do.
You were really aggressive tonight, and your team was as well in the box. What were you seeing tonight offensively and able to drive in some runs?
We saw a lot of slower pitches than what we were used to, which can really be tough for like high school players when we're used to seeing different pitching. So we all had to stay back and make sure that we drove the ball out to the outfield and just get some base hits.
So now moving on, and what has been an odd season. Really impressive record, but now the games just get tougher. But how excited are you?
I'm really excited, especially knowing that I wasn't able to have my junior season and all this, and the seniors were about not to have their senior season. So I'm just really ready to advance as far as we can.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess the one thing that I'm most pleased with is, several things, but I'll start with hitting. I thought our hitters were very disciplined, especially that first inning, allowing Asia to get herself in trouble a little bit and taking advantage of those walks that we had, and then base running behind that. So offensively, I was pleased with the patience that our hitters showed. Of course, we don't get that far without Olivia shutting things down for us. I know Coach O'Hara and I were both talking in the dugout prior to the game, looking back at the game we played earlier this year. Clarinda had, 7, 8, 9 hits like that, a couple of doubles, scored some runs. So, it's not that they're a poor hitting team, so we needed to really bear down, and I thought she did a fine job there. And then lastly, defensively, I don't believe we had any errors. We made a couple of decent plays. I don't know if we call that one, the little bloop out to Kenzie in left field, maybe was an error. I'm not sure how they'll score that, but the nice thing about that is she made enough of an effort that it kept the girl at first base not knowing what to do, and we got the out anyway. So, all three facets of the game, I thought we played well.
And what's been an odd season, how good does it feel to just continue to carry some of this momentum?
That's one of the things last year. It didn't quite go this way for us, and that was one of the things the girls talked about as soon as we got back in the huddle in the post game, is that we've made it already further than what we did last year. I think that weighed a little bit on them. Back in May, there was that fear that we'd have to sit another year and think back at what could have been last year. So I think it resonates a little bit more with the girls, and a little more focused and a little sharper.
And you talked about your pitcher out there on the circle tonight, really locked in. What kind of confidence does she bring to your team as a whole?
Oh, there's a ton of that. As long as she's hitting her spots, the defense knows where the ball should go in those situations, and it's when she crosses up the catcher a little bit or crosses up the infield, outfield a little bit, but she wasn't doing any of that tonight. Tonight she was right on. Her rise ball was working very well, I thought. The drop and the curve were both moving and keeping a good hitting team off balance.
And now moving on in the next couple of days, not quite knowing who your opponent will be, how do you prepare for such a quick turnaround?
I think they're kind of very different teams too, and that as well. But the one thing that we talked about tonight was just we got to be ourselves. We got to play our game, and I think that's how we will approach practice tomorrow, and then preparation and going in forward tomorrow for the game on Friday. But as long as we play our game. Don't try to do too many things. Don't try to do somebody else's job or whatever. But I thought the girls did a fine job of that, just playing what we've been playing all year long.
Thanks a lot, Coach.